Before I begin, I'd like to thank everybody for even viewing this video, whether you can offer help or not in advance. This is the Dragon Link transmitter I purchased about 90 days ago in November of 2021. It's the 915 megahertz system. I got the full size receivers with it. Well, I got one with it. I've bought three since then. They're all exactly the same. I am using the 17 November 2020 firmware on everything. This is how the transmitter is set up. I can get all the control going. I can get telemetry going, but I'm having trouble with telemetry. I guess I should have said that up front. I'm not changing this at all. I'm not changing anything inside here. Under RF, I did pull the slider to 9 times. Other than that, I think everything in here is as it should be. Power, I just set everything to audio, but that's neither here nor there. I did set up S-Bus. And under external connections, I have radio modem for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, Taranis telemetry, 57600, and the USB function is this GUI configuration program that I'm in right now. And I have unchecked Mavlink decoding. Other than that, everything is that's the only changes I made to the transmitter. Let me show you the receiver. In the receiver outputs, I set the failsafe to no output. I'm going to let the flight controller take care of it. Set this to 8 just for a second here, so some of this can be screen at the same time. I'm using channel 1 S-Bus analog RSSI on 8. I have no connections on connector 1. On connector 3, I have serial in, serial out, clear to send, and request to send. Like I say, I do change this to 12 channels. So that's how that area is set up. There you go. Under general, I only changed this max power. Under radio modem, I set it to 57600 and turned off Mavlink decoding. That is the way the receiver is set up. Following the instructions here for telemetry, I did wire up the connectors. I spent 50 years in the electronics industry. I do have everything wired correctly according to this. Clear to send, request to send. I've also worked with Ardu for about 10 years. So in this section for the parameters for Mission Planner on this platform, I'm just going to cheat real quick, copy through this one, and we'll paste it in. I have it set to 1 for enabling clear to send, request to send flow control. For serial 1, it's actually on Maytech 765 wing. It's on UART7, therefore Ardu, it's serial 1. So if we look at serial 1 real quick, we'll see that I do have it set to 57600 and a protocol of 1, Mavlink 1. And then the last parameters there are for the sensor speeds and such. SR1 underscore parameters. SR1 underscore. So we have SR1 EXT stat 1551. Just going quickly here. 1551 103111. 103111. It's all set up according to this documentation. Dragon Link connects rather easily to my Windows 10 Wi-Fi. And when I go in, oh, yes, I should show this. Its IP address is 192.168.1.1. When I go into Mission Planner, it is very easy to use that IP address and a port of 14550, and connection starts. This works well. I've actually flown this telemetry successfully in the past month. My problem is you can sort of see a little bit here. The link quality isn't great, but I'm sort of ignoring that. Uh, there were some problems in the radio, but in general, I wanted a better connection, and I thought stepping up to the beta firmware might offer better connection. And this is how I step up to that firmware. So now we're talking about this beta test firmware of 16 July 2021. My understanding is we have to use the firmware updater that comes with the beta software. And select the firmware I want to flash. And that will be the July 16th, 2021 transmitter firmware. I'm going to go ahead and forward this up. There we are, finished flashing the transmitter with the 2021 software. I'll go ahead and shut that down by disconnecting, doing a hard reboot on the hardware. As long as we're here, we should go ahead and update the receiver. So here's the receiver. So same thing, 16 July receiver beta firmware flashing. Again, I'll forward this up. Okay, now we have our receiver flashed to the beta firmware. Go ahead and shut that down. I did cycle the receiver, so it got a hard reboot. And we'll go in here, and this is what the receiver looks like. Everything seems fine to me. Serial in, serial out, clear to send, request to send. Analog RSSI on 8, S-Bus on 1. We'll click Save. All of that looks great to me. I don't have 12 channels, auto power. I don't see anything else I can set up here. So let's go out and look at the transmitter. So here's the transmitter. S-Bus 57600 radio modem. I'm not too sure about that power, but that looks good to me. There's not much I can seem to find to change there. So I did cycle everything, and I did rebind the transmitter and the receiver. Again, the Wi-Fi module connects to my Windows 10 pretty well. I'll forward this up. This takes just a second. There it is connected. Look at properties. We're still at 192.168.1.1. None of this should have changed for the Wi-Fi module. So now I have also checked my manual flight controls. Control radio works. We're using 192.168.1.1 again, and we're using 14550. And this is what I get. It doesn't connect anymore. This complains. I can't do anything with that data. But I'm just kind of at a loss here. It just doesn't work anymore. And it's all set up the same. It's all, of course, wired the same. I just don't understand why it would work on the 2020 software. And I think I did my firmware upgrades to the beta correctly, and it just doesn't work on the beta. And one last thing, if we come out and look at that IP address. This is the Dragon Link Wi-Fi and Bluetooth update. I'm not sure what the I tried admin and Dragon Link. I've tried Dragon Link and Dragon Link. I'm not sure what the logons here. I'll recheck the documentation for that. I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked here. That's not my major problem. This tells me, though, that the Wi-Fi module in the Dragon Link transmitter is connected to my Windows 10 computer. We saw that the telemetry does pass between the two, proving the wiring is correct to the flight controller. I think I should be transferring data right now, but again, no matter what I do, it doesn't work anymore. Works on the 2020 firmware. Upgrade to the beta firmware. Verify that the setup is the same in the transmitter and receiver, and then I can't connect to it. That's the crux of my problem. Again, I'll thank you at the end for any help that can be given whatsoever. I guess real quick before I leave, I should, no heartbeat packets received on this one. Yeah. I guess I could try real quick for kicks and grins the Bluetooth. Let's go ahead and shut this Wi-Fi down. Go over to the Bluetooth, turn it on. I have paired the Dragon Link before, therefore it's right here, paired. If I go back into Mission Planner, then I will have the pseudo serial. This is Bluetooth, supposedly. See, that looks like it's sort of connected, but nothing's happening. And it'll go ahead and count down the rest of the timeout period until it just errors out. But it sort of looks like there's some kind of connection up here. And I'm letting this finish so I can click on link status up here. That's part of Mission Planner, not really a Dragon Link thing. Again, no heartbeats received. Oops, and my link status went away when it disconnected. And just for kicks and grins, let's try either baud rate. This generates the same thing. So through the Bluetooth, I didn't really show you the Bluetooth when I was on the 2020 software. Sorry about that. Uh, this video is already long enough. So again, in closing, thank you, thank you, thank you.